Buying versus renting in 2023, which is the best? Here's the opinion of a qualified mortgage broker. I'm Gindy, I'm a senior advisor at Create Finance. In this video, I'm going to give you pros and cons of renting and pros and cons of buying. So let's get into the video. Being a homeowner seems to be an aspiration for most of the population in the UK. Here are some of the pros for buying a home. Once you've repaid the mortgage, you will fully own the home at the end of the mortgage term, meaning that you hold an asset. You don't need anyone's permission to redecorate the property or have any pets within the home. You can use any equity that you build within the property as a contribution for a deposit to buy a bigger home in the future. If the house prices rise and you decide to sell the property, you could make a profit and you have an asset that can be passed on in your will. There are the advantages of buying. Now here are some of the disadvantages of buying. If interest rates rise, your mortgage payments can increase. You can alleviate this, however, by fixing your mortgage interest rate. Any urgent repairs in the property will need to be managed by yourself. For example, if the boiler decides to stop working or you have leaks, you will need to pay for them repairs. The moving process can take a lengthy time, especially when you're in a long chain. There are financial consequences if you fall behind with your mortgage payments. If you do fall too far behind with your mortgage payments, you are risking the property being repossessed. If finances do become tight, moving to a cheaper property might take a long time as you would need the property to go through the sale process. Now there are the pros and cons of buying. So now let's look at renting. Some of the pros of renting are as follows. It gives you flexibility. If you tend to move around for work, you can relocate very quickly. If the property value decreases, you won't lose any money at all because you're just renting. Any repairs or renovations tend to be looked after by the landlord or the landlady. To rent a property, you'll initially need a smaller deposit than you would if you were buying a property. You might be able to afford to live in a bigger home and a nicer area than if you were to buy a property. Now here are some of the cons of renting a property. Rental prices have increased dramatically over the last 12 months, making it more expensive now to rent a property. If there are any increases to the property value, you won't benefit at all. If your landlord decides to sell or get new tenants in the property, you will need to relocate. If you never buy a home, you will rent for the rest of your life, even when you go into retirement. Your landlord can set rules and can restrict any changes that you make to the property. Any improvements that you do decide to make to the property, which therefore increases the value of the property, will only benefit the landlord or the landlady. So there you go. There's a comprehensive overview of the pros and cons of buying versus renting. If you'd like to find out more about buying a property, please check out this helpful video.